Dear students, today we are going to talk about preposition. Preposition, you know, is very important in English. And this is the most difficult part and the complex area for the learners. In order to have mastery over prepositions, one need to read a lot of books, a lot of English books. One need to learn prepositions consciously and on purpose. As I have already talked about the fact that the nature of preposition is arbitrary. The use of prepositions with certain words is arbitrary in the sense that there is no any specific rules and regulations as to how a particular preposition is followed by a particular word or why a particular preposition is in combinations with a particular word, although sometimes both of the words have the same meaning, but it is followed or they are followed by different preposition. So today I am going to deal with the use of the prepositions by. So look at the following sentences. The students come to school by bus. The students come to school by buses and the students come to school by bus. We need to understand whether the use of by is appropriate in all the sentences. Whether all the sentences are correct, we have to analyze, we have to identify whether they are correct or not. So, according to the rules of grammar, here there is a rule. According to the rules of grammar, the word combinations like by bus or by car is fixed. So you have another chunk of such combinations with the prepositions by, like by bus, by car, by mistake, by degrees, by phone, by stages, by air, by rail. You can use this by with all these words in a fixed way. You cannot put or insert any particles, grammatical particles or any word or any determiner between the by and the noun. Neither are you allowed to change the structure of the noun. You cannot say boss, bosses. So if you want to put any other item in between or change the structure of that word like boss or car or mistake, you have to use another prepositions. You cannot do it with the use of the word by. They are fixed. So because the rules are like that, so you cannot say by bosses or by boss. The only sentence, the students come to school by bus, is correct. You cannot say by buses. However, when you want to use such words like bosses or a boss, or the students come to school by a car, you cannot say that. Or if you want to use a before the car, then you can use other prepositions. You can use the prepositions in. You can say the students come to school in a bus, or the students come to school in buses, or the students come to school in a car. So in this way you have to use different preposition. In the sentences I talked to him by phone, you cannot is correct, but I talked to him on the phone because you use the in between phone and the other prepositions by. So you cannot use that in that way. So we need to understand that these words are fixed. You cannot put any other words in between, or you cannot change the noun. But when you want to change it, you have to use other prepositions, as I mentioned earlier, that in can be used while referring to the word like bosses or a boss, as on can be used on the phone. So you need to learn them. So this is one of the sentences you have to do it, or you have to try to solve it. And the sentences are: the students come to school in a car. The students come to school by cars, and the students come to school by a car. The students come to school by car, and the students come to school in car. So just listen to once again and just mention which sentences are correct. Thank you so much.